How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Hbar update. I freshened up the chart. We're on the weekly time frame, and if I were to look at the past cycles, bear market using my fibs, it's showing us the key levels on the way back up. Now, of course, we're on a new all-time high. There's a precursor that will happen, and that's if the 886 is broken. So we've seen this area actually use as resistance this cycle, and that gave us the top back in January 2025, the bottom 7th of April 2025. So a massive dump on Hbar, but if you've been following my videos, you'd know that we spotted this double bottom the earliest out of anyone else. In fact, it was all the way down there that I was saying the bulls are going to step in here, and we've seen the journey back up. There's broken through the neckline, validating the pattern's target. So this past few months, as this is the weekly time frame, each bar representing a week, very quickly 1, 2, 3, 4, a month has passed just like that. So he spent the last few months actually flipping this previous neckline that was once resistance to send it down, now into support. So the expectation is from here it's going to reverse and continue higher. Very important that using this as a pivot point, that we actually break through here on this occasion, with any move back down towards this area now being used as support instead of resistance. So instead of getting sent lower, we want it to push up higher. And we can see that at a new all-time high, the target, the very next target would be $1.21. Now there are some higher projections, $1.79, $2 and $3, but I think what we can't ignore is a target set from many years ago. Remember, this is a Fibonacci that stems back from 2021 to 2022 / the beginning of 2023. So, and many years have passed since then, so I can't ignore that as being a very key level of resistance that will not be ignored. So multi-month dip can of course occur from that. That is what you should have in the back of your mind. In fact, this is now going to be backed up by the Fibonacci being placed on the correction that we saw this past year. You can see it has a target once breaking out of a dollar, 34 cent at the previous all-time high, and then another targeted area between that $1.20 and $2, 14147 over here. So this is my expectation for Hbar going forward. If we were to zoom in a little bit more, it might be easier to see those chart patterns. So here's that one bottom neckline here, second bottom. This correction, you can see the 200 EMA now lining up with that neckline. This is where Hbar technically needs to pivot from if you want to continue up in the immediate short term, but it's technically not the end of the world, because all that needs to happen is this double bottoms low needs to maintain. And if I were to use a fib off that low, yeah, not only is the 12 cent area to, the exact support, but it extends to 15 cents. So it's like a 3 cent area of support, 12 to 15 cent. As long as that remains support, and you've got the 200 weekly moving average now lining up there, as long as that stays as support. So if I were to just mark that out for you, just like that, you can see the range that we're now trapped in. But it should pivot before getting down there and target the red zone. By breaking through that red zone, we will see projections higher than the previous all-time high, with potentially the top coming in anywhere between $1.20 and $2. Like, subscribe, comment and share. If you want to learn the strategy, use the links down below and book in a one-to-one call with myself, or check out the ebook and Discord community also.